Hello my friends. Here I'm seed saving and also saving the fruit, or in this case the tomato. And what I'm doing with this is I'm slicing it to the thickness for me to dry the tomato. So I'm cutting the tomato roughly a 1/4 inch thick. And then once I make the slice, then I'm taking all the seeds out. In this particular tomato, this is the pinks that I grow. So there's different methods that I save the seed. This method here, I'm just going to let the seeds in a container with some water, let it ferment for 2 or 3 days, and that fermentation will help eliminate certain of the diseases that some seeds might carry, and it'll separate the pulp from the seed. This is after 3 days of sitting out on the counter, and you can see it went through a somewhat of a fermentation, and it separated the pulp and the seeds. The seeds are on the bottom and the pulp is on top of the seeds. Close up. You can see right here. Now we're going to get the seeds out of there. And run this through a sieve. Good rinse. And you can see I just have seeds left. Now we spread these out and dry them. Now I'm spreading these out on a sheet of plastic, but you want to spread these out, get a single layer. These I want to be loose. I'm going to store these as loose seeds. Contrary to the other method that I use that I like is drying on a paper towel spaced out in a grid pattern, so that I can lay the towel in a flat and grow right through the paper towel, and it'll be spaced evenly and it's real quick to plant. This I want to just keep a seed reserve, so I'm going to dry the rest of my tomatoes seeds this way so I can store the tomato seeds in volume. Here are the tomato seeds, and they've been air drying for about 2 weeks. You could probably get away with just a week. And I'm going to store my seeds in a mason jar. And what I'm also going to do is, this is silicone desiccate. I just got this in the mail. That's why I waited 2 weeks. I was waiting for this to show up. Okay, this is the silicone desiccate, and I'm going to put 1 tablet in there, and the rest I'm going to store in a airtight mason jar. And the reason for that is, once this is opened, this will start absorbing moisture, and we want to keep that tight and restrict the moisture from getting in there. So this then will be good or usable for the other seeds. The other thing that you can do with this, you cut yourself a small strip of newspaper, and you place the newspaper in with your seeds. Now you use the newspaper as a test, and if the paper is crackly when you bend it, then it's a dry enough environment for the seeds. If it feels like it bends and moist and not stiff, then the environment is too moist for the seeds. So tomato seeds should be viable for at least 3 years, if not longer, if properly stored. Again, store it in no light. You want to keep sunlight away and a cool environment. Cool and in the dark. There's a piece of paper that I just cut, and we'll insert that in the jar. And what you want to do is label this with the seeds that's in there, the variety, and the date. This is one way that I like to store my tomato seeds, and I did a video on this. This is ready to lay in a flat. It's evenly spaced, and you leave it right on the paper towel. It could be stored in a Ziploc with a silica gel, and that would guarantee that the humidity in the Ziploc would be in good condition. It won't be damp or moist for the seeds. So that's how I'll store these. Here's the Ziploc. This is a gallon Ziploc. And I do have a number of these. And because of the size, the volume of the bag, we'll put a couple of those silicone desiccate in there. And these are relatively cheap. They're about 6 cents a piece. You get 100 of these for $6. Okay, now we'll seal this, push the air out, seal this, and that's ready for storage right along with this. If you're lucky enough to have a food saver, then you take your seeds that are on the paper towels and place them in the food saver. And you see I already have this labeled, the type of tomato and the year. So these will go in here, and the silicone desiccate goes in with it, placing 2 in there, and we draw our vacuum. There it is. And that should have minimum air, minimum moisture, and anything that might get in there will be absorbed by the silicone desiccate. Well, thanks for watching, my friends. Hope you have success. Bye-bye.